Hello folks, in this tutorial we're going to look at text animators in Adobe After Effects. Now before we get started I just want to just run over a brief point about animating text and animating layers. If I open the transform properties here, just keep your eye on position. If we were to do some keyframe animation, you would see the X and Y parameters of the layer being animated around the screen. You can do it manually like I'm doing so, or you could scrub the Y position or scrub the X position. The limitation of this though is that all you're doing is actually animating the whole layer, which is perfectly good if you've got that in mind, but you're just animating the whole piece of text and not much else. What text animators will allow you to do is animate individual letters themselves and individual portions of the text. So let's get started. I'm going to collapse transform back up, and it's probably worth doing that because they can sometimes confuse the issue. I'd keep those closed when you're working with text animators. Now to create a text animator, keep your eye on this line, and we're going to go to Animate, and we're going to select, there's a number to choose from, we'll go through them in later tutorials. We're going to click on Position. And when you do that, some extra options now pop up. You've added an animator, and also this thing comes up called Range Selector. Now let's focus on that first of all before we talk about the position setting that we've added. Let's look at the Range Selector and let's open it here. Now on the Range Selector, what it does is it allows you to select a range of text. Not just the whole layer will be animated, you can dictate the range of the text that you want to animate. Now I'm going to just take my cursor, move it up here. Now, I don't know if you can just see it, but as it positions itself on the left or the beginning of the text layer, a little widget or bracket comes up. I can now click on that and slide it up and down, and this will allow me, there's one at the end as well, to select portions of the text. And it's only these portions that would be animated, these portions here and here would not. Whilst I'm sliding these, ladies and gentlemen, can you keep your eye down on Start here and End here? So if I grab the end bracket, look down on the timeline at end, you can see that it's a bracket or widget that can be animated. So we can animate how much of the text is selected for an animation change. I'm going to put that at the end there, and again keep your eye on the bottom left, look at Start, whoops, sorry, and I'm going to grab, oh dear, I keep clicking on the right click, sorry folks. If you just slide that up and down, look at Start on the bottom left, you can see that that can be animated also. Now I'm going to put the left bracket, which is Start, there, and the end bracket on the right I'm going to leave there. This means that the entire piece of text, beg your pardon, has been selected. I'm going to leave my time marker on 0. I'm going to set a keyframe to start. I'm going to take my time marker to 2. Then I'm going to grab the start parameter and work it up to the end of the text. Keep your eye on the text layer as I scrub through the timeline. If you look at the start widget, it's working its way from 0 to 2 seconds up and down the text. So whatever animation property we add to the layer will animate on each letter between 0 to 2 seconds. Let's give it a try. I'm going to put my time marker back to 0, like so, and I'm going to click on the position property, and I'm going to actually adjust the Y down to about, say, well, let's do quite a dramatic one. Let's take it down to about 70. I'm going to type that in just to be accurate. There we go. What should now happen is this, and probably it's best if I demonstrate it. I'm going to click on the Range Selector so you can sort of see the range of text being selected as we animate along the timeline. So as I go from 0 to 2, you can see the Range Selector. Have a good look at the monitor. You can see the Range Selector working through the letters and animating each piece of text from 0 to 2. So it's animating the Y property or the Y position property of the text and moving each letter from 0 to 2 seconds. There we go. So it's a lovely sort of satisfying little animation. I'm going to delete that keyframe and that keyframe also. And I'm going to also explain how end works. I'm going to set a keyframe for end at 0 seconds. I'm going to go to 2 seconds. I'm going to take end, and actually I'm going to do it up here again. I prefer using the widgets. I'm going to click and drag, but if you can, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm doing it, keep your eyes on the bottom left, and you can see that I'm actually reversing the process. I'm deselecting the layer. So what should now happen is that when we go from 0 to 2, it's working from this end to this end. It's actually reversing the process. So it's starting at the end of the layer and animating backwards. Okay, it takes a while to get used to it, and in the next tutorial I'm going to explain what the offset parameter does. That's a very nice addition and worth playing with, but I'll probably save that for the next tutorial. Okay folks, hope you found that useful. See you in the next tutorial.